We know we're only going to have a strong economy going forward when we have strong schools, and this budget makes important investments in our schools. And as we have over the last 3 years, we've been incredibly focused on putting people back to work in Delaware, and we continue to invest in job creation and facilitation of a better economic environment in Delaware as well.
Our budget principles reflect our priorities, which are job growth and retention for the state, stronger schools, and an efficient government. We are keeping our core commitments: public safety, health care, K-12 education, and higher education. And finally, we stick to our core financial principles of only appropriating 98% of the state's available revenue, maintaining our fully funded rainy day fund, which has over $186 million in it. So unlike many other states, we never tapped our rainy day fund, and we continue to stick to that principle.
Under this new approach, we wanted to come up with a budget proposal that was robust, because these projects not only provide valuable assets for our state, but they create a lot of jobs, and they're good quality jobs, and it's something that is very important to the governor and to this administration. But we also need a budget proposal that is realistic. You know, DelDOT has a certain capacity or bandwidth to get projects out the door. So we need to keep that in mind, and we also need to make sure that we are responsible in that we are managing our future indebtedness and our debt service. You know, as an agency, we owe $1.2 billion, and that is something that we need to factor into our decisions.
The Joint Finance Committee, along with Secretary Landgraf, recommended there be a task force to study Medicaid and other health care delivery systems, and we did over the summer. And there's a long range of recommendations for efficiencies and innovations. And these will bring real savings without the reduction of services. I'll give you, for instance, one that I put in that study is a thing called Health Pack. I believe it has enormous promise. And what it would do is eliminate some of the complexity, reduce the cost, improve the contact between patient and physician, while lowering costs. And we presented one of the possibilities is a pilot study that would include 21%, 20%, a little over, somewhere between 20 and 21, of the Medicaid population, and improve services for the patient, improve the delivery of recompense to the physicians, and cut the cost to the state by $29 million.
I don't think it's a bad budget. I mean, it's a 1% increase. There's no taxes and fee increases, so we all like that. Sort of on our side of the aisle, so to speak. So that's good. It is an election year, so you wouldn't anticipate those types of things to happen. We'll dig through as JFC and the public will some of the details around some of the initiatives. But while it would, I don't really have any major complaints at this point. We do need some of the details on the changes to the DelDOT funding mechanism, but he is actually, to the governor's credit and the secretary's credit, they're getting to an issue that's been out there for a while, the Transportation Trust Fund, and sort of the games we play with that here, and they're trying to address that. We actually put out a proposal last year to address that and do a 5-year transition out of the trust fund and the operating expenses and get it back to its original intent, which was to build roads and bridges and those types of things. So the secretary made a great point. I mean, if you look at the debt service in the trust fund, I mean, it's 32%. I mean, you don't build anything with that kind of thing. So to try and address that, hats off to them.